Alright, so just got out of Venom, and since some of you have asked what my opinion's gonna be, figured we might as well go give this as I am driving home. So I was gonna talk on the way, and as soon as I get in my driveway, this is gonna end, probably. And the other fact is, I'm in a car, so there's going to be probably no reactions to whatever you have to say in the comments. Sorry about that. Alright, so first up, I know there's a lot of really horrible reviews out there about Venom, and while the movie's not good, I'm also going to say it's not the complete turd in the wind like so many are making it out to be. So, while it's not a great film, it's also not a bad film. So, the negative reviews about it are a little overblown. Now, the film, to me, is it's better than Spider-Man 3, it's better than Amazing Spider-Man 2, it's better than X-Men 3, Last Stand. So, it's kind of in that middle of, not even the middle, I'd say bottom quarter of Sony's Spider-Man films. Alright, so the good is, Tom Hardy's actually pretty decent in the film. I think he does a good to Eddie Brock. I'm not too surprised about this, considering Eddie Brock is basically Tom Hardy's character in Warrior. And for that, he was good. He does his normal, not great American accent, but he was fine. Michelle Williams as his love interest was a little bit weird. Not the best, I think, chemistry between the two of them. And they did some good stuff. We're gonna go actually with the decent stuff first. First, they've tied in some really cool stuff in Venom's history. There is one take where J. Jonah Jameson's son is the one that brings back the symbiote, and he's an astronaut. The astronaut, one of the astronauts in there, does have the last name Jameson. So we can think it's Triple J's kid is probably a good assumption. So that was good. The actual Venom talking to Eddie and through his mind, him hearing stuff, was actually pretty good as well. There was some decent humor about it, and at times you could see the makings of a really good film. Sadly, though, it just doesn't seem like there was anything consistent, and the vision wasn't quite there. Where the film, I think, was doing really well is when it kind of sticks to its horror basics. There's one particular scene where Eddie and Venom are surrounded by San Francisco's SWAT team, and they use smoke grenades and flashbangs and all of that. And when that's being done, it's really entertaining and really good. Unfortunately, the film just does not keep up with that. They set some stuff up really well. They get the relationship between Venom and Eddie really well, even kind of playing off of the addiction and Eddie just kind of Eddie actually being the one used by Venom. That's all really, really good. It's just the story itself was kind of eh. The basics of it is a bunch of symbiotes are brought back. There's kind of this Elon Musk type dude who feels like humanity's destroyed and that they needs to do something to improve things. It's very Thanos in that way. And just beyond that, that's kind of the plot. Is he discovers the symbiotes and wants to get humanity into a space, and he's going to use them. It is not all that great in that sense, and it really kind of feels like a 90s film in a lot of ways, maybe even early 2000s. It's definitely a step back for Sony and their Spider-Man franchise. However, they kind of got the basics down really, really well, and if it gets a sequel, I kind of doubt it, because I'm going to expect this to be really bad when it comes to performance. They could potentially do a lot. Sony's actually being very smart with the Into the Spider-Verse, and if they pull that one off correctly, it's going to be a really solid universe going forward. They just kind of need the vision and someone to really kind of focus things on them. So the film isn't quite the dumpster fire that everyone makes it out to be. Again, it just doesn't make it good in any way. There is some really good stuff. Again, the Venom itself was decent CGI wise. the personality though I think is like really where it's at, and the kind of relationship between Venom and Eddie is I think solid. It's like really really good. But as far as like overall package, it's definitely got some issues. I'm not expecting it to do very well. I would be shocked if it's in first place this weekend. I fully expect Star is Born probably to be in first after this, or it's going to be really close. But it's not as bad as everyone makes it out to be. It doesn't also make it any good. So yeah, I mean, basically, there's a lot of potential. They kind of like had some good moments where they were touching upon some stuff, and moments were good. It's just not a consistent film at all, and felt like they just didn't quite know what they were doing. That they said, hey, we're gonna do a Venom film to kind of build a franchise, and wasn't quite sure how to do that. What's weird is they have there was just a lot of good in it, and that you could see the makings of what could be a good film. They just seem to not really grasp what that was. So basically the short of it is it's not the dumpster fire everyone says it is. It also is not a film that like you need to rush out and go see. The kicker in the credits was awesome. That should get Venom fans really really excited if there's anything going forward. There's also a second kicker way at the end that also will get you more excited for Into the Spider-Verse. But yeah, like it's just a very middling film, and that's about it. Like, it's one where cool, I saw it, I don't ever have to see it again, and that's pretty much that. So this was kind of the short take of a review. There's gonna be a longer review over on graphicpolicy.com tomorrow. I'm gonna probably aim for like noon to get that up, so you can read it there. This was an experiment. If you really hate it, let me know. But we're gonna. So yeah, shut your mouth. Howdy. Hello to you too. As I was saying, like, you can go watch this. Venom, the big picture is it's not the turd that everyone says it is. It just also isn't a great film either. So that's kind of the short of it. And yeah, much longer review over on Graphic Policy tomorrow. So at the location, done driving. And thanks for watching. And we got some really cool stuff coming up on YouTube that'll be loaded up tomorrow and going forward. So as always, really appreciate you watching. You can check us out every single day at graphicpolicy.com. Follow us on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Tumblr, all Graphic Policy. Until next time, keep it geeky.